Alan, I'm the Chairman and CEO of Fastacash. I'm going to try and give you a perspective really of what we're trying to achieve at Fastacash. Three sections to my presentation. One is I'll give you an overview of what we're trying to achieve and where we're heading. Two, I've got Bradley Prentice here who runs Asia Pacific for the company, who will walk us through a demo. As all the demos really get the message across in terms of what we're trying to achieve. And I'll come back and sum up. I've heard also the session this morning, this afternoon. I've heard the word bank a lot, and I've heard the word social networks a lot. But I haven't really heard anything that talks about transacting through social networks. Our goal at Fastacash is really, when you look at the hundreds of millions of people who transact on a daily basis, and when you look at the hundreds of millions of people who sit on social networks, whether that's Facebook, whether that's WhatsApp, whether that's Skype, whether it's Contact in Russia, whether it's Zingme here in Vietnam, they're not really able to transact. And so our goal really is how do you take the ability to transact into a social environment? And that's what I'll talk through. So what do? We enable, from a technology perspective, we enable value transfers to happen through any social network, any messaging channel. What do we do with that? We attach metadata to that. We make the giving of the value very social. And the value can be defined, as I talked earlier, by it can be money, it can be airtime, it can be tokens, gifts, coupons, and the metadata, which is really where the social piece comes in, is I can attach a video, I can attach an audio, I can attach a photograph. I can make the giving of that value very social, through a social network environment, or through a messaging channel environment. How do we do this? Very simple. We take a link, make it highly secure, attach value to it, in this case it could be money. We're going to attach metadata to it, so I can put a video on it, I can put a photograph on it. I was out with some friends last night for dinner. I owed one of my friends $100. I attached the value to it, take a video of the dinner last night, or a photograph, send it via Facebook. And not just Facebook. The bottom part of the slide talks about it can be any social channel, any social network, any messaging channel. So truly agnostic. So as I go through the presentation and then Brad goes through the demo, just keep the fact in your mind that this is a truly transient way of transacting. What are we trying to achieve here? So we're trying to achieve the convergence, and I've heard a lot of this all through today. It's about mobile, clearly. It's about payments. It's about social. But I'd like you to keep a few behavioral things in mind in terms of how people do things today, especially in this part of the world. Everyone's on their smartphones. Everyone's accessing social through their smartphones. They're not doing it through their laptops. They're all sending links. They're posting things all the time on their social networks. And above all, they all send money. They send money weekly, twice monthly, monthly, quarterly. So how do we give them a truly simple way to transact? So we bring all of that together into a simple link and give the ability for people to transact on social networks. Just bring this right down into Vietnam. So to give you a sense of what's going on, and again, I've got a lot of this through today, but just some key data points here. Smartphone growth in the last 12 months has been staggering. This is Vietnam only, 266% growth. You look at 95% of people aged between 15 and 24 have access to the internet. 86% visit social networking sites. 62% internet users access via mobile devices, and 1.7 million people on social media. So staggering data points really in terms of how we were thinking through what is the ideal solution that we can take to market here that addresses transactions and social networks. Again, staggering numbers here. So Zingme's got 8.2 million messages sent to Zing every day, 1.3 million users on Facebook. So again, just keep that thought in mind around messages. Okay, so every time a message gets sent, there should be the ability to transact. And that's what we're trying to bring them up with. Again, I'm trying to narrow this down really in terms of just giving you some data to really understand what this is going to take and how enormous the opportunity is. And I'm talking just cross-border remittance here. It's 250 million people have left their home abode and living somewhere else in another part of the world. Just staggering. I mean, 3% of the world's population, and then just in terms of transaction value, it's into hundreds of billions of dollars. Projected to be 685 billion by 2015. And then we ran some very strong correlation between remittance corridors and large social media markets. And strangely enough, 3 out of the top 4 markets in the world are in Asia. India, Philippines, Indonesia, and I'll put Vietnam up there, which is again a staggering number of $13 billion a year annually coming from Vietnam. I've just shown you in the previous slide social usage. There's a very, very strong correlation between the two. In terms of our technology and what we're able to provide, the link can be taken right down to 1 cent, or it can be $100,000. So based on the people we partner with, in this case banks, payment service providers, remittance companies, we will work with them under KYC norms to come up with the right level in terms of moving the funds around. But we can go all the way through the pyramid. So at the bottom of the pyramid, you'll see transactions between $20 and $500, which is perfect for social networks. And the example I gave you previously about me having dinner with friends. Or we can go all the way up the pyramid and work with remittance companies and banks. But the link effectively runs across the range. And it really is. I mean, every time you think about setting a link, posting a photograph, a video, sharing a URL, think about that. So it really is as simple as that. To really demonstrate how simple that is, I'll ask Brad Prentice here to just come up and show you how simple it is.
Good afternoon. Is everybody still awake? Yes. You guys get late today. We're on the second last presentation. It's good to be back at the ASEAN Bankers Forum. I mean, I've been here once before, and we get a lot of value out of that. And I have to extend my appreciation to the team at IPG. They do a great job of keeping us happy. We've got a lot of demands, and they really do a terrific job of keeping things smooth. Thank you, Ken. Okay, as Vince mentioned, I head up the business development for Fastacash in Asia Pacific. I'm going to walk you through a demo. So come with me for a little bit of a tour here. I'm going to go through this step by step to show you really how easy it is to send money. I can send money to anyone, anywhere, anytime. It really is that simple. I'll show you what I mean. If you're like me or anybody else, your smartphone looks like this. If I slide mine across, I have 220 apps on my smartphone. It's ridiculous. I'm an app junkie. And down at the bottom here, where the yellow mark is, we have our Fastacash app. I'm going to use an example of a friend of mine who lives in Palo Alto, California, Alexi. And he's going to send some money. He's got to send money to a friend. This friend lives in India, and they have quite a bit of correspondence, and they meet on business occasion. So Alexi is going to send some cash to this person. Now, on the sign-up, you have a couple of options. You see Google+, you see Facebook, Twitter. I could sign up as a new user, or I could sign up with an email login. So there are a few options designed into this app. So Alexi is going to choose Facebook. That seems to be the default these days. Every time you sign into something, it makes it easy, and you can log in with Facebook. So he's elected Facebook. We'll hit on OK, where you see that yellow dot. And again, it's going to ask for another authorization or approval to move forward and authorize with Facebook. So now he goes to the Fastacash app that he has on his phone. This is his account. And again, he has a couple of options here. He can add money to his account. He can send money. And what I like, he can ask for money. Everybody likes asking for money. So he needs to send money. So we're going to choose send. He's going to move to the next screen. And here, the option is, do you want to do a domestic send or do you want to do an international send? Now, his friend, as I mentioned earlier, is in India. So he's going to send international. And you can see just above that, there is a the US dollar to Indian rupee conversion rate, because that's the historical rate that he's been using in the past. So he'll choose international. And it brings it to the friends. So you want to send money, who do you want to send it to? So he's going to choose Jaslyn Svetlana. Now she's in Bangalore, India. So he's going to click on Svetlana, and it brings her up on the friends list. How much do you want to send? So he has now an option to key in the value for that send that he's going to transact. So in that value, it's going to be $300. And it actually converts it into the local currency for India, which is 19,100. Now that also shows you that in these boxes below, there are, it looks like a credit card number. Upon registration and setup, Alexei has used a credit card that he has in the U.S. So that could be a debit card, it could be a bank account number, it could be a SmartLink card. So there's options there to bring the cash into the environment. Now, he's put in the value and has given us the exchange rate. Vince mentioned earlier, the power of our solution is metadata. I can send a photo, a video, a file, a voice message, but Alexei's chosen video. You can see, I don't know if you can see it very well, with a highlighted orange dot on video. He wants to send a video to his friend Jesslyn. So he'll take a video from his smartphone. Hi, we're here, we're having a great time, we miss you. And he can attach that video to the money he's going to send. So he'll upload that video, which is being done already, and now there's an option to send a message. But this is all about social, let's be personal, and he'll put in a message. So the next step, he is prompted to key in the message for Jess. Now, when that's completed, it's, hi Jess, here's my share of the lunch bill. Cheers, Alexei. Share of the lunch bill, that's $300, he said. I'd like to go to lunch with these guys. It's a big amount. So now, he's completed the transaction. The values are there. Jesslyn is the friend he's sending to. The next option is to send. Very simple. Just hit the send button. Now, for the banks that are in the audience now, you're probably thinking, what is the security aspect here? In this app, the way we've designed it, Alexei has an option to add a PIN or not. Now, this can be customized to make the PIN security layer mandatory. It can be 6-digit, 4-digit, or based on value. So there is the ability to customize the security in this aspect. But because Alexei knows Jesslyn quite well, and they tend to be sending money back and forth often, he's just going to elect no PIN, just send. So he's now sent that across. So what's happened now is that link is gone. So the message has gone to Jesslyn on her Facebook account. Now, Alexei realizes that Jesslyn has taken a bit of a vacation from Facebook. She's getting tired of it. She doesn't want to use it anymore. A lot of people are doing that these days. So let's take a little break from Facebook for a couple of months. So he knows that, but he also knows that they're using WhatsApp all the time. So WhatsApp is the preferred message of communication between him and Jesslyn. So he's now going to copy the link the secure link with the value that he's just created. And he can copy that now. But if you move to the next screen, at the top it says the transaction is pending. It's gone to Jesslyn across Facebook, but it's still pending. She hasn't accepted it. And he knows that if she doesn't look on Facebook often, she's not going to see it. But he's copied the link, so it's now in his clipboard. So he thinks, okay, I'm going to choose on my WhatsApp application, because that's what Jesslyn and I use all the time. So he'll go to WhatsApp, and of course brings it to his screen. And Jesslyn's right up there front and center. He'll choose Jesslyn. I'm going to send her a message. Now, if you recall, I said I copied the link. So that link is sitting in his clipboard now. And all he has to do is paste it into the text box or message box. And here it is. I just sent you 19,100 Indian rupiah. Click on the Fastacash link. And then he sends this link across to Jesslyn. So he gets the message that he has sent her. So that's gone. So now, instantly, across the other side of the world in Bangalore, Jesslyn gets a notification on her smartphone for a new WhatsApp message from Alexei. He says, okay, Alexei, I just sent you 19,100. Click on the link. So Jesslyn will now go to her WhatsApp, as we all do. See if the notification pops up. Oh, who is it? So she goes to the link. she sees that her friend Alexi has just sent the $19,100 to her. And it says, just click on that link. This is the link we're talking about. The value is sitting right here. It's in that. The video and the money is sitting in that link. All she has to do is click on that. Brings her to the application. So she now has that Fastacash app. And she can view the app in detail now, which she's going to do. So she'll click on that. It brings her right into the app. And she'll have the option of the Facebook login, Google+, Twitter, email registration, or a user. But she is a user, and she'll use her Facebook registration for this transaction. It brings her to the app. The message is there, the video is there, she can play that, and the 19,100 currency is there. She now needs to accept that. He didn't send her a PIN, so it's as easy as just clicking on the accept bar. So the transaction is successful. Jesselyn has the 19,100 Indian rupee, and the message from Alexi was there as well. It is as simple as that. It now is credited into her Fastacash account, and then she has the ability to transact with that money. She can now, in her option at the other end, in Bangalore, the cash out partner that we would have enabled there will be her cash out point. It could be to a bank account, a credit card, Starbucks card, whatever. So she can now cash out and use that currency. So that transaction is done. It's really that simple. So what value do we bring here? Most importantly, we're hearing today, like, guys, it's a whole new world out there. We've got this tech-savvy young group of individuals there. You go to the coffee shops in Ho Chi Minh here, and everyone's down on their phone like this, and they're looking up every once in a while. Everybody's on their smartphone. I have too. I'm guilty of that. I live by it. But our solution is the social connect. We bring our partner into that world, which is already transacting at millions of transactions per day, messages, etc. So we can put a commercial value to that transaction. In addition, the metadata is very powerful. It's extremely powerful. We're talking to partners in the Philippines, and the Filipinos are sending money back all the time. It's a huge amount, billions of dollars going back. And they like to personalize that money that's being sent for a picture or birthday greeting. So with the metadata, they can combine that functionality of sending money with personalized metadata. And think about the marketing capabilities of being able to send that link outbound with a marketing message or a small value to onboard new customers. Some of the banks that we've been talking to see a really big opportunity to push links out, send a value to onboard new customers, and it might have a 5 to 6 second video message about the special promotion of that particular bank. Again, social media channels it's growing so fast, and micropayments are coming into that space now. So one of our key pillars of value here is bringing that transactional value into the revenue stream. It's cost effective. We're not riding on the telephone networks. Every time we send a text message with a telephone, depending on the type of plan you're on, it could cost you money. But we're riding over the top. We're going on social media. It's nice to see we have the time to people up there. For 5 minutes on. And also the improved security. As I mentioned earlier, the option is there to set secure technology into the application. I know the banks are very concerned about security risk, and we have the layers of security necessary to protect that. Do I have to say big data? Everybody said it, so why not? Looking at the whole end-to-end process of the transactions at the back of our house also. We have the data, we have the analytics, so we can really provide that necessary information based on the transactions that are coming to our company. Basically, that's our solution. It's easy, it's not rocket science, it works. I believe it has a tremendous amount of value for our partners, and we are a partnership model. So we have a lot of things that we're doing right now. We're extremely busy. If you come to our booth at number 19, you've probably seen the video looping through, and you'll probably see Vince on there all the time. We did this at Money 2020 in Vegas at the beginning of October. So we really sort of come out into the open. We're a new company, but we have a lot of value, and we believe our partnership model is certainly going to give you that social connect that most companies are definitely trying to get. Can I ask Vince to come up one more time, so just to do another quick summary?
Look, I think Brad's taking you through the demo. Just two messages from me. And I think we've heard the word big data a lot here. But in the end, if people don't transact, there is no big data. So our view of the world is keep it really, really simple. If technology has taught us anything over the last 5 years, it's keep it really, really simple. So we've got a team of professionals working at Fastacash. All they think about is customer experience. So just make that user experience nice and simple. And the other key message from me is let the sender and receiver choose. We hear a lot about apps and people wanting to dominate the app and control the app and pull the customers in and put this restriction around them. Our view of the world is let the sender and receiver choose. So if I'm on Skype and Brad's on WhatsApp and he says, don't tell me on WhatsApp, I should be able to do it. We should just let people decide what they want to do. And that's what the link does. It gives you the freedom to go across any channel. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Our contacts are here. We do have our local partner in Vietnam, which is GM Tech. Maybe the city in the front desk. Jump that down and have a chat with us. So come up to booth number 19. Thank you.